It's the Diamond K Show here on RadioOnFire.com. Thank you for joining me. Broadcasting from the Radio on Fire studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Flywire's 2018 White Tie Affair. This VIP red carpet gala will take place in one of Baltimore's most beloved landmarks, Druid Hill Park, Sunday, June the 10th, 5 to 10 p.m. at the Parks Mansion House Lawn. We will be streaming live from the red carpet at the Flywire White Party. Now, for more information, visit radioonfire.com or facebook.com/the-flywire. That party that's one of Baltimore's biggest events of the year. So, you got to be in there dressed in your all white cream. However that works. It's white tie. It's like real classy. They are really strict about the dress code, so make sure that you got the all white on and that whole thing. A couple things I'm going to get into today. I'm going to talk about, first up, we're going to, no, don't do that. Okay. No, first up, I want to talk about Adrian Broner, Tekashi 6ix9ine. We're also going to talk about Kevin Hart and James Comey. Never thought that I would say all of those guys in the same sentence. So Adrian Broner, boxer, of course, and has got a big fight coming up this weekend. For those that follow boxing like I do, that's going to be a big deal. Big deal for fight fans. Me and my father, big fight fans. A lot of people tend to be fight fans. And the thing about Adrian Broner, though, is that he tends to get himself into, drama. Don't want to say that. Don't want to say he gets himself into drama. I think that he does. So this particular drama with Tekashi 6ix9ine, I think, could have been avoided. Now, there is a picture here, but we're going to get to that in a second. So there's a picture of Charlamagne the God and Tekashi. Seem to post on it. So it's Charlamagne the God, it's Adrian Broner, and they have a picture, right? So under the picture, Tekashi says the word clown. Now the thing about it is that there are two guys in the photo. There are two guys in this photo. Now, Tekashi says the word clown. We don't know who he's talking about. Now, is he calling Adrian Broner a clown? Or is he calling Charlamagne the God a clown? Because I think he probably has reason to call Charlamagne the God a clown. Based on their interaction at, during the interview at the Breakfast Club. It could have happened. So this picture gets posted. And, after he put clown under the picture, and I tell people all the time that entertainment stars, celebrities, they read the comments. They're checking their comment section. And Adrian Broner checked the comment section, and he was not happy with the post. See if we got. Do you have that? You got the audio up? All right, so you got the audio up of Adrian Broner. Okay, so we don't have it up. All right, so we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that audio up for you. But so Adrian Broner gets upset, right? Adrian Broner gets upset and he goes in a little bit, and he has some choice words for Tekashi 6ix9ine, and that sparks some back and forth between the two guys. So Tekashi has his thing that he says, and shit just gets out of hand. See, do we have it? Do you have Tekashi stuff? Okay. All right. So Tekashi's comments.
So Gotti just hit 5 million in one day, 6 for 6 on fucking Billboard. You know what I'm saying? And for these pussy ass niggas, what's his name, man?
Adrian fucking bro.
Yo, bro, I got 100K Saturday. You lose the fight, 100 fucking K, man.
Fuck it, man. Fuck you talking. Matter of fact, bet that 200. Make it 200.
Make it
blood.
200K?
Make it 200, blood. Make it 200, man. What's he talking about, man?
20 fucking K.
Fuck this nigga talking about, blood. Man, what you talking about, man? It's new money, man. It's new money, blood.
Fucking New York, blood.
New money, man.
So he's just wilding out. He's throwing money around, and you know, so it's back and forth. So he got something to say. He telling him to pull up, and the two guys are talking crazy. I don't know if Tekashi is aware of who Adrian Broner is fighting this weekend, but you know, I'm predicting Adrian Broner is going to run through that fight. I mean, I don't know. It's just going to be money lost. I don't see Adrian Broner losing to Jesse Vargas. I don't see it happening. I don't. But time will tell. So Tekashi also told Adrian Broner that he has to check in. Whatever that means. These guys go back and forth. Very entertaining. But the last thing that Adrian Broner needs to do is allow Tekashi to get in his mind so he can fuck around and lose to Jesse Vargas. That would just be a disaster for Adrian Broner. He's nowhere near where he used to be. He is nowhere near where he used to be. Adrian Broner cannot afford to lose any more fights. He can't. But if Tekashi 6ix9ine gets in Adrian Broner's head, he has nobody to blame but himself. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Now, another thing that I want to touch on is comedian, superstar comedian. Can we say superstar comedian Kevin Hart? Is Kevin Hart a superstar comedian, first of all? Is he? I think he is. All right. So Kevin Hart's been catching some backlash over some comments that he made about Starbucks. Now, of course, Kevin Hart's from Philly, and we are very much aware of this Starbucks issue. The way that they handled the two gentlemen that went in Starbucks and said that they were waiting for a friend, didn't purchase anything, didn't want to leave because they were waiting for somebody. So while this is going on, the manager decides, whatever reason, to call the police. Now, two black guys, they called the police. If that had been two white ladies waiting for a friend, I don't think they would have called the police. I don't think that would have happened. But that's what happened to these guys. These guys end up getting arrested. There was a big hoopla about this. Now, a lot of people, superstars, and you know, just regular people, just regular citizens, decided to try and organize a boycott. They want to really hold the coffee house Starbucks accountable. Now, I don't drink coffee, for the record, but I know a lot of people that do. And, you know, when stuff like this happens, of course, you want some answers. Now, Kevin Hart has a spin on it. Now, every time that we get bad service, every time that something happens, even to this degree of somebody getting arrested, Kevin Hart seems to say maybe boycott is not necessarily the answer right off the bat. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad idea because, you know, every situation. Now, if this is a policy of Starbucks, then that makes sense. If this is their policy, then okay. But if this was the decision of the management at that time for them to do what he did, call the police and actually get these guys arrested, if that was the decision of the manager, then the manager should be held accountable. This is what Kevin Hart's saying, and I agree with him. Now, he's been getting some backlash on Black Twitter over the last couple days. This situation And so let's look at some of these tweets that Kevin Hart said. So this is what was giving him so much trouble. Kevin Hart said, "Let's make one thing very clear. This is not a boycott at Starbucks situation. This is horrible management. The manager on duty was wrong. It's that simple. That's who needs to take responsibility for this wrongdoing." That's what Kevin Hart's saying. So he's saying don't hold Starbucks accountable as a company, as a staff, as a record label and a crew. He's saying don't hold the company accountable for the actions of management. Now, he continued because needless to say, people weren't happy about that. There were some people that's on there that was really angry about it and calling them all types of sellouts and any other negative thing. To respond to some of the negative energy he was getting, Kevin Hart said, "You obviously don't comprehend well. I asked Starbucks to make the situation right. I asked them to fix it. I said that the person on duty should have been held accountable." This is Kevin Hart responding to the backlash that he was getting. One person told Kevin Hart, "You're telling millions of people not to boycott Starbucks. They obviously don't care." Kevin Hart is somebody who is going to interact with people on social media. And he's playful, but he doesn't like when he's the butt of a joke. He likes to laugh at people. He likes to make other people laugh at other people, but he doesn't like to be the butt of a joke. And he also said, "I also felt the company should have stood up and addressed the matter and made us feel comfortable in understanding that this was wrongdoing and would never happen again. They should have addressed the victims with an apology, etc." Now, the CEO was on Good Morning America and tried to plead his case this morning, and everybody wasn't exactly happy with that. Now, after seeing the interview, Kevin Hart said, "This really makes me sad. Starbucks had a platform and a real opportunity, Good Morning America, to fix the situation correctly by calling it exactly what it was, which was racial profiling / discrimination by the manager on duty. You failed," all caps. "That person should have been fired." And he's referring to the manager. And last thing, maybe it's not the last thing, but he said, "I was simply saying not to boycott before seeing what the company was going to do. After watching the interview that the CEO of Starbucks did on Good Morning America, I feel that they failed in doing what they should have done. Now actions can be taken." Now, some people feel as though that's no surprise. We should have not expected anything other than that from them. But Kevin Hart catching hella backlash. Last thing he said, and I definitely taking time to read his tweets because I agree with what he's saying. "The last thing that I will say on this matter is before we jump out the gate with anger, sometimes it's okay to think first. How many people of color are employed by that company? How many families are being taken care of because of the income that's being provided by said company?" That now I said he's catching hella backlash for these comments, but every time something happens doesn't mean we got to boycott. Sometimes it's about starting a conversation and holding people accountable, shining a light on them, putting the fire up under them, and then getting them to maybe change their ways or do something to make us feel that they see things from another perspective. Now, in other instances, boycott is what's necessary. if the company, and when we were talking about H&M, when we had the issue with H&M with the sweatshirts, when the company put the sweatshirts out, right? Company put the sweatshirts out, boycott is necessary in my opinion. Okay? That was a company decision. Now, if an individual store does something, then that's the individual store. Now, if the company stands behind some racial profiling or some discrimination, then that's the time. So you need to think first. And I agree with Kevin Hart on this. I don't agree with everything that anybody says. I don't agree with everything that Kevin Hart does, but I agree with him on this subject here. I agree with him on. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Radio on Fire broadcasts reach over 278,000 viewers per month. You can advertise your product, service, or event on any Radio on Fire show by sponsoring an episode for as low as $50. Visit radioonfire.com/promo to get started. The brand new Radio on Fire Live app is available now for all Android devices. Watch us live in the studio on your cell phone or mobile device. Download the brand new Radio on Fire Live app in the Google Play Store. The iOS Apple version is coming soon. Last thing I want to talk about, James Comey, the former FBI head who got fired by Trump almost a year ago now, dropped a book. The book comes out today, and he is talking cold cash shit about Donald Trump. Now, I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like Donald Trump one bit. But here's the other thing. I don't like James Comey either. And just because he doesn't like Trump right now, if it seems to me that he does like Trump, or he did like Trump, we must remember and go back. James Comey was the deciding factor as to why we have Trump as a president now. It is. In addition to all the dirt that Trump did to get there, it seemed as though Hillary was coasting her way on to a victory in 2016 until James Comey came out less than 2 weeks before the election and said she was under investigation. I don't know if you remember that. When he did that, I said, oh shit, this thing is over. Because once he said she was under investigation less than 2 weeks before the election, that made people think there might be some there to this whole email shit, right? Here's the messed up part about that. And when he does his interviews, he just comes off like a bumbling, Dudley do-right idiot, giant oaf, numbskull. I don't know this, I don't know that. Oh, Jesus, gosh, I hope that, golly. Shut the fuck up, James Comey. He's trying to sell a book. I get you. He's trying to sell a book, so he's talking crazy. But when he shows his face and now that he's crawled from under the little hole that he's been in, it reminds me that James Comey is one of the biggest reasons why President Trump is the president. Now, had James Comey done the fair thing, he felt as though Hillary was going to win, so he says. So because you think that Hillary is going to win, you come out and tell Congress in a letter that Hillary is now under investigation once again because you found some wiener laptop and you need some emails on there and you need to go through the laptop, right? So you feel compelled to say this. But Donald Trump was under investigation as well. You didn't say shit. Now, he also says he doesn't comment on ongoing investigations, but you felt the need to tell everybody she was under investigation. But you didn't tell everybody that Trump was under investigation. The fair thing to do would have been to say Donald Trump's under investigation and Hillary Clinton's under investigation. Shit, I don't know. Maybe Jill Stein would have won at that point. I don't know. But I don't think Trump would have won. But once you put him in a seemingly a light that it just didn't show that he was under investigation when he really was. That's crazy to me. And the fact that we have Donald Trump as the president, this was the point. This is when the tide shifted. Shit started going left at that point. Now, you didn't know who was going to become the president, Comey. But I think you wanted Trump to become the president because if you had done the right thing, you would have. The real thing to do is keep your fucking mouth shut until after the election's over with. Because you can't be an FBI director and be so stupid as to not think that releasing that type of information would have changed the fucking course of the election. Because it really did. And that's why we got this motherfucker that we have right now. Then, when he gets there, when he gets elected, there needs to have a fallout. And they have some kind of fallout. He fires him. Now he has the book. They throwing shit back and forth. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump doesn't need to worry about Jim Comey because the lawyer's going down. And I think that lawyer's going to take you down with him. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Of course, you can check out all of my music, every streaming site. Diamond K, I have a brand new single called Throw It Up Girl. We just shot a music video for that. So that music video is going to be coming real soon. We had a lot of fun doing that. Got a lot of new music covered out, but we have a lot of the classics available right now on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Tidal, everywhere music is sold. Just type in Diamond K, Baltimore Club Music, Big Tony. We have the Master of Ceremonies, all my club mixes available, and all that kind of stuff. So definitely be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. I will be back here tomorrow for the morning show. Also, Real Spit Radio will be here tomorrow, and the Father and Son News Show. In addition to Restoring the Village, we got a full lineup tomorrow. Definitely thank you for watching and listening. However you're hearing this, make sure you subscribe to us. However you're hearing our broadcast, and I will see you guys tomorrow.